Hey there, training friends. Rick and I are working on a version of Leave It. It's still the It's Your Choice version where you do present your hands with food in them, and then your dog has to leave the food hand that you present them and reward with a different food reward from behind your back. But what we're doing differently is instead of this hand having food and we remove that hand, like we jerk it back or we say something like no or or anything to get them to remove themselves from that hand, we're going to anchor our arm. Our arm is going to be anchored on us. And if they do need help, you can move it up, but it's more of an anchor instead of a pull away. It's just more of an elevator or an anchored arm. Okay, so here we go. So for this anchor arm Leave It, what we're going to do is either sit in a chair or get down on the ground with your dog, whatever is comfortable for you. And in one hand, you're going to have a few treats, which you probably can't see very well. And in the other hand, I have a lot of treats. So this is the reward hand, that's going behind my back. This is going to be my Leave It hand, the one I present to my dog. I'm going to have my arm anchored, so if he needs help, I can lift my arm like an elevator, but not give him any type of no's or uh-uhs. I'm going to let him problem solve. So here we go. Yes. So now if my dog was pawing at my hand or really chewing at my hand, I'd let him go for a few seconds and see if he can figure out not to. But if he couldn't, that's when my anchor arm would come up. Okay, so step one is a closed hand. After you get 5 of those, you can then try opening your hand. Yes. After 5 open hands, we can then go to the ground. Be ready to cover it. Yes. Then we can then stand up with it on the ground, being ready to cover it again. Leave it. Yes. And if your dog's getting pretty good at it, at this point, he could have his verbal cue. You can give the verbal cue and then present. So you would start back at step 1. So you would say, leave it. Yes. Leave it. Yes. So you say the verbal cue first, and now the last step, the hard step, would be to drop some. Leave it. Yes. Nice job. All right, so those are your steps of an anchor arm Leave It, where your arm is an anchor and it is what comes up and down after dog has some time to make a choice. So have fun.